affections. How good my God has been in my behalf, how good indeed. Lord, how rich is your heart in mercy and how generous in goodwill. My soul, let us always recall the many graces he has shown to us. Place yourself in the presence of God. Ask him to inspire you. The root of most problems and the foundation of most sins is pride. Through pride, we allow ourselves to be the center of our own worlds as we embrace the pervasive thought that we are greater and more independent than we really are. Pride is the principal vice that turns the soul away from real relationship with God and into the superficiality of a perfunctory faith. Why? Because faith requires an openness to God's help, God's gifts, God's love. A proud soul says, I'm fine as I am, thank you very much. I'll reach out when, and only when, I need you. Contrary to the faith-suffocating effects of pride runs the simple, quiet, and beautiful virtue of humility. This crowning virtue opens the soul to God and to holiness as it keeps us from thinking too much or too highly of ourselves. Unfortunately, embracing humility does not tend to come easily or naturally. Fortunately, we have a very simple entry point: gratitude. When we are grateful, we recognize that everything we have received is a gift. There is no room to think too much of oneself because gratitude helps us recognize our total dependence on the giver. In the gentle act of giving thanks, we find the soul virtuously humbled and pride uprooted. Our gratitude list. Gratitude is absolutely fundamental as the attitude of a sincere son or daughter of God. Every parent knows an ungrateful child is headed for bad things. God the Father does not demand gratitude of us, rather he shows us its value, especially through the example of his saints and holy men and women. He invites us to gratitude not because he wants our thanks, but because he knows that along this way we learn to relate correctly to him and discover the way past our own sinful tendencies. To awaken gratitude is quite simple. We need to merely pause and look at our lives. No matter how rich or poor we are, or how easy or difficult a time we may have, we can always find something for which to be grateful. Perhaps one of the greatest exercises we can ever undertake as a regular part of our spiritual regimen is to make a list of all we have received. We can always start broadly. First and foremost, we give thanks for the gift of life. As we have seen through the earlier meditations, we are blessed to be called into being gratuitously by a God who loves us. Moreover, God has given us so many supports to live our lives well. He has given us each a body, which is dignified and blessed, through which we express the sentiments and movements of the soul.